Welcome in and welcome back. It's Kirsten. I thought I'd give you a little strategy on how to feel whether your pelvic floor is actually relaxing. Now, with so many of us having a tight pelvic floor, sometimes my clients will come in and say, I don't know whether I'm actually relaxing. I can feel it come on, and then I can't really feel it go off. And then I feel like my pelvic floor is actually getting weaker and weaker as I exercise. So they can't actually feel it. And what's happening is that muscle is contracting and then kind of getting stuck there. And then they try and do another contraction and then they're having a hard time and they're kind of getting in this range. They're not actually relaxing their pelvic floor and they have a hard time feeling it relax. So I have just a little hand towel here, and you can use something smaller and thinner if you like. So you can use, if you find that your perineum is very sensitive, then you might want to use a thinner towel. But anyway, I thought this was a good one. You can see it on camera. So we're going to roll it up. Now, if you did it like this, that's going to be a pretty big thing for you to sit on. So I'm going to do mine just like this. And I'm going to roll it up and sit on it like so. And what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to make sure that it's not totally pushing on my labia or anything uncomfortably. And this way, because we sit on our sits bones here and on our glutes, well, this way we can really have a little bit more pressure into the perineum and we can feel it better. So first off, let's get that rolled towel. So go get a rolled towel. You can pause the video and get a rolled towel and try sitting on it and find one that's comfortable for you. Now, after you've done that, we're going to do a breath first, because first and foremost, we want to make sure that the pelvic floor is relaxed. So here we go. We're going to inhale through your nose and then exhale like a sigh. We're going to make sure that our rib cage is descending. We're going to inhale and exhaling. Now, at the end of your next exhale, I want you to see whether you can do a little Kegel where you just close a little bit, like 50% at the perineum. So let's try it again. So you're going to breathe in through the nose, exhale, relax your shoulders, relax your tummy. Now pause there for a couple seconds. Close the vagina, close the urethra, feel that close, and now let it go. And then breathe in and exhaling. Close. Feel if you can feel anything drawing away from the towel, and then let it go. So again, we don't want to do a whole bunch of elevator style, lowering it down floor by floor. No, just drop it and let it go. Okay, you're not pushing it out. You're just relaxing it down. Okay, let's try it 2 more times. So inhale through your nose, making sure your hip flexors are relaxed. Exhaling. Close the vagina, close into the urethra, then let it go. Now, if you have problems with fecal incontinence, where you need more at the anus, you can just tilt yourself back slightly. And this might be a fun one to try and just see if you can feel it a little bit better in this position. So I'm slightly tilted back. I'm going to breathe in again. Again, we want to relax the tone out of that muscle so that when we contract, we can feel it lift up off the towel and then drop it back down. Now, as you know, if you watched the How to Kegel video, you don't want to lift up into your rib cage. Okay, we want to get that exhale down, because the pelvic floor and the diaphragm, they work together. So you can sit on your towel, especially initially if you don't quite feel your pelvic floor lift and lower. And you can do that a couple times a day. And you probably don't want to do this one a lot if you have a tight pelvic floor. What do I mean by that? You can use your towel, but you might not want to do a ton of repetitions with your Kegel. So you might just do 5 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. And sometimes truly that's all I give my clients. I'm just like, we just got to get you thinking about where you need to be. And you do that every day so that you can start feeling that on off. If you do too many repetitions, it's just going to get tighter and tighter and tighter, unless you are doing some of those releases that we've talked about, like with the TheraWand or the dilator, or with a therapist like myself. And we're getting that pelvic floor to be back to its optimum position so that you can get the most out of it and really get your pelvic floor strengthening. So I hope that's really helped. And I'd be curious. I'm trying to ask these questions because I really want to know about whether my client or my people out there who are watching, whether they are responding to this. So let me know in the comments below if you do have a tight pelvic floor, and give this strategy a little try and see how you go. And of course, if you like this video, you can always push that thumbs up position, and I want you to subscribe so that other people can be sent this information. Other women can learn more about their pelvic floor and more about their health. Okay, take care.